attempt number 2 at my sit down intro, and unfortunately that fish just saw go off, done me in the snag. So it's now 1-1 between me and the carp. I did have a lovely one earlier, but that one, a bit frustratingly, done me in the snags. But anyway, I'm going to be talking to you about this pod to the right today. But before we jump into that, do make sure you're subscribed to us and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. And also follow us on all the different social media platforms coming up on the bottom of your screen right now. So today we're looking at this pod. This is the Solar A1 ground pod, and there's 2 different versions in the range. They're very similar, which is why I'm going to sort of show you this one's the one I'm using today, but I've also got one here I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing with. Now the difference being is the leg length. The one that I've got with me today is 2 4-inch sticks at the front and 2 6-inch sticks at the back, both of which are adjustable in height, so you can actually adjust it ever so slightly, make it nice and even, which is ideal for a pod. Today I'm on the banks, which you can just about get bank sticks in, but it's very, very rocky, so it's quite good that I'm using a pod. But if you're fishing places with platforms or concrete or whatever, ideal to be using a pod because you're never going to get any bank sticks into those. So that's what that setup is. This one in my hand is pretty much the same, but you've got 2 6-inch legs and 2 9-inch legs, so it's ever so slightly higher. But again, you've got the larger legs at the rear, the short ones at the front, because your arms obviously counteract the length of the legs. So you put short ones at the front, long ones at the back, and that gives you a nice long profile. But it's worth noting that all of the A1 bank sticks in the range will fit this pod. So if you've already got some A1 bank sticks, or one time you want to use this in a really upright sort of setting, if you're fishing a big old river or some massive place with weed or something, you can use A1 bank sticks, which are much larger than these on this pod setup. So that's worth bearing in mind. But we'll go through this box as it is. I didn't bring a knife over, so hopefully I can get into this easily enough. There we go, just peel the tape. So inside, you'll have a pod bag. Now today, when I came fishing, I already set this up yesterday when I was at home, just to speed things up, getting fishing today. And all of that did just about fit in my fishing bag. The main center column being the longest part of the 2. And I think the crossbars are 12-inch and 13.5-inch in sort of width. So you've got the 12-inch at the back, 13.5 at the front. So this gives you that perfect sort of difference between the front and back, so your rods aren't going towards each other at the front. They're evenly spaced, or if anything, ever so slightly fanned out. So that's why there's 2 different length crossbars in the setup. But it's worth saying that it does come with a dedicated bag, like so. On one side, if I open up this, we've got the crossbars. I think it's going to rain any second. It's been miserable all day, so I might start getting wet very soon. So there we are, the 2 crossbars, and as you can see, probably show it on that camera a bit more. There's the difference in diameters, or width, sorry, not diameters. So you've got one at the front, one at the rear, and that gives you the perfect sort of splayed setup with your rods. Comes with the little protective caps on the threads, which I can't get off. I can assure you, they will come off. I can't get them off right now, but anyway, it's got protective threads, protection over the threads for transportation. Or if you're packing this down and not using it at some point, you can put those on, stop them getting all gunked up with mud. On the other side, we've then got the bank sticks. Now, as I said, this is the 2 6-inch and 2 9-inch setup. Again, they come with little protection caps on, just stick them in there. So just to put next to this one, you might be able to see it on that camera. The larger one of the 2 is pretty much the same as what's on there, but then you've got the larger one that will go at the, oh, what's that take? Lost my train of thought. Anyway, there's the 2 different versions. You've got the 9-inch and 6-inch, and that's 6-inch and 4-inch. And then on the inside, we have the main frame itself. Now this has some zip ties on, which I haven't taken off on this one yet, but unclip those, and then it fans out, as you can see with this one. And because you've got the crossbars which are fixed in size, once you've got the legs screwed onto these, they simply slot down into these holes, and you can fully adjust the height, make it nice and level, but it's just a nice central column. Now the inside, I should be able to move that while I've got this on. It actually has an anti-twist setup to it. So rather than just being a solid circle pole in there, there's a function that means, well, it's like a groove inside or on the edges, so it's a flat bit, so that won't roll. Because some of these pods that you've seen on the market do this, a lot of them do, they extend from short to longer, but they don't have an anti-twist function. So when you go like that, the legs at the front twist left, and or the rods at the back twist left. I'm getting all my words muddled up. This won't do that because it can't flex front to back. So that's quite nice that it has that. And also with the name being A1 aluminium, the blocks themselves are anodized, black anodized aluminium, as are the crossbars, the bank sticks. So you've got nice solid center blocks. That's not plastic, it's nice and strong. Some of the plastic bits are the buckles and some of the bits on, yeah, just for connecting the legs, but most of it is black anodized aluminium, so it's not going to break down. It's nice and sturdy, but it's not too heavy as well. I think it's only about 1.5 kilos, the whole thing in. So obviously it's going to be a bit more once you've put your hangers, your alarms, butt rests, and there's also some additions on this setup at the moment. They sent them some A1 Snag Ears, so that's universal. You can put your hangers into the bottom of it. The Snag Ears will just be great if you're fishing snag fishing. The alarms I've got do come with Snag Ears, so it's not necessarily for me. But if you've got alarms that are quite small, don't have Snag Ears, you can fit those. And you've also got A1 butt rest. The rain is just about to start lashing down, but I think I've pretty much covered everything in the A1 range, apart from the price. It comes in at $155.99, regardless of which one you go for. But as I've already mentioned, you can use existing A1 bank sticks on this pod, sorry. So for more information, please head over to the Solar website. I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty quickly because the heavens are about to open and these cameras don't fare too well in that. So please like the video if you did, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please do like the video because I've got absolutely soaked filming this one today and I'm gonna have to run.